Yo, what's going on everybody? It's MasterAquatics and I'm bringing you guys another video as always. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I'm going to be making a video about male and female angelfish. I've done this video twice. Both times they've been bad quality. This one's going to be bad quality too, just not as bad. But let's get on with the video. So what you're seeing right now is a behavior that angelfish will do when there is about to be some breeding going on. The reason why I bring up breeding when determining if a angelfish is male or female is because really that's the only time you can find out if the angelfish that you have is a male or female. That's the only time. There's never any time before that where you can look at the angelfish and be like, oh, I have a male, or be like, oh, I have a female. No, it doesn't work like that. Because if it worked like that, we could just go to the store and we can pick out the males and the females. So the only time you'll find out if your angelfish is male or female is when you get a group of them and they get about 6 to 10 months old, and they will start doing behavior that you see right in front of you right now. And when they start doing that, they will eventually pair up with that angelfish or with another angelfish in that tank, and they'll start laying eggs like you saw there. And once they start laying eggs, they will protect the eggs and they will start going after all the fish. Meanwhile, while they lay their eggs, if you look closely at the angelfish, if you look at their characteristics and their body features, you'll notice that at the bottom of these angelfish, while they are spawning, while they are laying their eggs and they are making these babies, a breeding tube will come out, and you can see it there, and the bigger breeding tube is going to be the female. The male will have a very small breeding tube, you can barely see it, but the female, you can clearly see it. So the reason why the female has the bigger breeding tube is because she lays the eggs. The male, he just fertilizes the eggs, meaning he just makes sure that they're fertilized after the female lays the eggs. You'll know if they're fertilized or not, because if they're not fertilized, then the eggs will turn white and they will die. I have a few videos on that. I'll link that in the description. Make sure you guys check out the description at the end of this video. But that's the only for sure way of making sure whether or not if you have a male or female. I've had lots of angelfish pairs. I mean, the pairs that you're seeing right in front of you are my pairs. I've bred these angelfish, I've taken care of these guys, I've taken care of their babies. I've had a bunch of angelfish pairs, and one thing was the same about each and every one of them is that the female was always a little bit smaller than the male, and the female always had a big breeding tube. That's the 100% for sure way, was the female had the big breeding tube. I actually take it back, the male was not always bigger, because this pair right here, which they are actually brother and sister, and I still have them today in my 75-gallon tank, and these guys are like 3 years old and they never got big. But the male is the one on the left, he's the smaller one, and the female is the one right there picking up all the babies, because I know she's the female because her breeding tube is more visible than the male's. I mean, if you just look closely, you'll see for yourself with your own two eyes. These guys, they don't lay eggs anymore, but they used to lay eggs a lot back in the day. I didn't know angelfish could breed with their brothers and sisters, because these angelfish I've actually bred as babies from a pair, and then these two paired up and they just started laying eggs on their own. You know, I didn't plan on it or anything like that. So, and that's the beauty with angelfish, is that you never know if you have a male or female, and then one day it's just like, oh no, I have eggs and I have a pair. And it really brings a lot of joy and excitement to the hobby when you keep these angelfish and they just spontaneously just breed for you out of nowhere, and you have these eggs. But in my case right here, right in front of you, what you're looking at, if you have a angry female angelfish, she will eventually eat her own eggs, in the way of saying these are my eggs. I'd put in all the work of laying these eggs. If I can't take care of these eggs without you guys stressing me out, then I'm gonna go ahead and get all the protein for myself with these eggs, and no one else can eat these eggs. Otherwise, I'm going to attack you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. My name is MasterAquatics. Peace out. Bye.